Younger generations want to change jobs. Here's how employers can keep them. Abstract. This article examines the research showing differences in career expectations between younger Millennial and Generation Z workers versus older generations, with younger workers prioritizing opportunities for growth, learning new skills, flexibility in work arrangements, and finding meaning and purpose through social impact, valuing recognition, and being less satisfied with static roles in contrast to older generations' focus on job stability and employer loyalty. If left unaddressed, this generational gap could lead to higher turnover as organizations struggle to adapt. But some companies are proactively implementing strategies aligned with younger worker needs, like Deloitte focusing on development through rotations and mentorship to increase retention, and Anthropic focusing on flexible work and social impact projects to attract engineers. The article then proposes specific actions in human resources, leadership development, and culture that companies can take to better engage younger talent, including offering learning opportunities, flexibility, conducting stay interviews, rewarding growth, and promoting diversity, demonstrating how companies like Deloitte, Kickstarter, and Chobani operationalize these strategies through a focus on learning, flexibility, social purpose, and inclusion to strengthen retention of younger generation. Entering the workforce. The modern workforce is undergoing a significant generational shift as Millennials and Generation Z workers gradually outnumber baby boomers. Research consistently shows that younger workers have different career expectations and priorities compared to older generations, with many more willing to change jobs frequently in pursuit of growth opportunities, recognition, flexibility, and a sense of purpose. Fry, 2018. If left unaddressed, this generational gap could lead to higher employee turnover for organizations struggling to adapt their leadership and culture. However, employers that understand these generational preferences and proactively implement strategies to support them stand to gain a competitive advantage in talent attraction and retention. Today, we will examine what research tells us about career expectations of younger generations and outlines practical steps employers can take to better engage and retain Millennial and Generation Z talent. Career motivations of younger generations. Research on generational differences. A substantial body of research has emerged in recent years comparing career attitudes and priorities across different age cohorts, primarily focusing on generational gaps between younger Millennials/Gen Z and older baby boomers. Several consistent themes emerge regarding what motivates younger workers versus older generations. Fry, 2018, Gallup, 2016. Younger workers place a higher priority on opportunities for growth, learning new skills and advancing their careers through mobility. They are less satisfied with static, low-growth roles compared to older workers. Flexibility in when and where work gets done is more important to Millennials and Gen Z, who value work-life integration. Remote work and flexible schedules are strongly preferred. Finding meaning and purpose in their work through social impact is a stronger driver for younger generations. They want to feel their efforts are contributing to important causes. Recognition for a job well done and ongoing feedback are strongly valued by younger workers to a greater degree than older generations. Loyalty to a single employer for life is far less common among younger workers, who see career advancement through periodic job changes more positively. This research provides insights into how organizations must adapt traditional career models and leadership approaches to better appeal to the needs of their younger employees. Industry examples. Some companies have already implemented strategies directly addressing these generational preferences. Deloitte, a professional services firm, conducted internal research finding Millennials placed a strong priority on development opportunities, exposure to senior leaders, and meaningful work. Chobani, 2013, in response. It launched several new programs like an informal mentorship program pairing junior and senior staff, diverse project rotations, and networking events. Early signs showed these initiatives increased retention of younger talent. At technology company Anthropic, leaders recognized retaining Gen Z engineers required purpose-driven work and flexibility. They introduced impact projects addressing issues like AI safety and allowed flexible work arrangements. The founder observed these changes helped attract and keep the brightest young engineers who have many career options. Anthropic, 2021. These examples demonstrate how understanding generational needs led tangible policy changes enhancing retention. Practical steps for engaging younger generations. The following sections propose specific actions employers can take across human resources, leadership development, and culture to better engage younger workers and minimize turnover. Human resources strategies. Offer competitive learning and development opportunities, structure formal training, continuing education reimbursement, project rotations, and mentorship to keep skills relevant and advanced. Provide flexible work arrangements, allow partial or full remote work. Results-only work environments, flexible scheduling, and leave policies to support work-life integration. Conduct stay interviews, proactively identify retention risk factors through regular stay discussions to address issues before attrition occurs. Reward impact and growth, tie performance management and compensation to social impact achievements, skill acquisition, and career progression over tenure or job function alone. Streamline job changes internally, make internal mobility simple through lateral moves, secondments, and promotions to satisfy curiosity and learning needs within the organization where possible. Leadership development. Coach multidimensional growth, train managers to focus development conversations on employees' whole lives, not just work, with empathy and understanding of personal goals. Role model growth mindset. Senior leaders must exemplify continuous learning, risk-taking, and adapting to change to set an example younger workers want to follow. Give meaningful impact opportunities. Provide leadership projects addressing social or environmental issues important to younger generations as a retention strategy, promoting purpose over pure financial incentives. Solicit feedback. Proactively tap into younger worker insights through roundtables and pulse surveys to understand evolving expectations and improve engagement over time. Enhancing company culture. Communicate vision and values openly. Use digital channels. Younger generations prefer to transparently share strategies, challenges, and calls to action in an authentic, inspiring way. Build dynamic work environment. Foster flexible, collaborative workplace design optimized for learning and interaction versus isolated desk work, reflecting changing work styles. Celebrate small wins. Regularly highlight social impact achievements and recognition on an ongoing basis through social media, newsletters, and events, boosting morale and motivation. Promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. Commit leadership and policies supporting diverse backgrounds and perspectives shown to be important retention factors, especially for Gen Z. The following section will discuss specific examples of how companies are operationalizing these strategies to engage younger talent. Case studies engaging younger generations in practice. Deloitte, focus on development. As a professional services firm, Deloitte realized retaining younger employees required adapting traditional billable hour models, less fulfilling for inquisitive minds. It launched rotational programs through service lines and industries every 18-24 months to keep people learning. Deloitte, 2021. Additionally, a University for You program delivers a wide array of internal and external training options, along with mentorship initiatives matching junior and senior staff. These initiatives have paid dividends, with voluntary attrition among millennials nearly 20% lower than industry peers according to internal surveys. Employees report feeling continuously challenged through exposure to new domains and ability to cultivate diverse skills. The focus on lifelong learning aligns well with generational priorities and sets Deloitte apart as an employer committed to professional growth. Kickstarter, flexibility, and purpose. Online crowdfunding pioneer Kickstarter revolutionized how creative projects find support. Recognizing many employees would not fit traditional office cultures, it implemented one of the most flexible policies in tech, allowing fully remote work from anywhere. Kickstarter 2021. The trust-based model minimizes bureaucracy and micromanagement, allowing people maximum autonomy to structure their days as personal bandwidth allows, while still delivering results. Kickstarter also emphasizes its social mission of funding the arts and creativity as a retention strategy. Staff participate in discussions around which innovative projects to spotlight, connecting their efforts directly to cultural impact. These strategies of flexibility and purpose have cemented Kickstarter's reputation as an employer of choice for creative and independent-minded younger workers seeking impact over isolated desk jobs. Chobani, diversity and innovation. Yogurt maker Chobani face challenges retaining millennial talent in rural upstate New York facilities. In response, CEO Hamdi Ulukaya launched initiatives enhancing its culture of belonging, diversity, and continuous learning. Chobani 2021, a sponsorship program supports immigrant communities, and diverse leadership and cultural sensitivity training creates a welcoming environment. Additionally, Chobani University provides on-site and subsidized external education, benefiting all 7,000-plus global employees. Innovation projects allow staff to pitch novel product ideas for advancement. Together, these strategies foster an inclusive, learning-oriented workplace, encouraging millennial employees to build long-term careers rather than viewing roles as temporary stepping stones. Chobani's employee-first approach sets an example in the food industry. Conclusion. As changing generational priorities reshape the workforce, organizations must thoughtfully adapt HR strategies, leadership development, and culture to actively engage younger talent. Approaches that merely replicate outdated, compliance-driven career models will likely fail to retain millennials and Gen Z wanting more agency, learning impact, and fulfillment from their jobs. The academic research and industry case studies presented demonstrate how supporting multidimensional growth, flexibility, purpose, and diversity enhances commitment from younger generations. Companies leading this charge will strengthen their ability to attract the brightest talent amid competition, while reducing risky turnover. Overall, a focus on addressing the whole person through understanding what truly motivates individuals at each career stage, not just their roles, positions, organizations for long-term success, in a future dominated by new generational expectations.